Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer, GameCast's very own news program. I'm Mark, also known as Koistorch. I'm starting to find it a little weird that almost every week there is something new to talk about in regards to fighting games. Maybe it's because I like pretty much any fighting game, that I've cast my net relatively wide. As you've probably guessed, our first story for today involves fighting games. Arc System Works have confirmed that the next wave of DLC characters, Fused Zamasu and Vegito Blue, or as I like to call him Bluegito, will be added to the game on May 31st. Both fighters look to bring their own unique flair to the already fun, if relatively tame roster. There will also be new dramatic finishes added, including a special finisher for Bluegito against Zamasu. The DLC characters can be downloaded as part of the Season Pass, or purchased separately for $4.99 each. You can also expect a quick review of the DLC characters shortly after they launch right here on GameCast. Next up, yet another story specifically tailored to me. Sega announced earlier this week that Yakuza 3, 4 and 5 will be remastered for the PlayStation 4. This will make it so every mainline Yakuza game is available on the same console. They're wacky and engaging, and I just can't stop playing them. The remasters will not be like the recent Kiwami games. Instead, they will be upscaled versions of the original PS3 releases with 1080p resolution and will run at 60 FPS. They probably made this move specifically because it would be easier than giving those titles the Kiwami full remaster treatment, but also because those titles were already on PS3 and for the most part have aged relatively well. Yakuza 3 and 4 will release in Japan this year, with 5 coming in 2019. No word on a Western release date, but given the series' recent track record, I'm sure an English release isn't too far behind. Lastly, our biggest piece of news is Sony's plan for the future. Earlier this week, Sony Interactive Entertainment President and CEO Jun Tsuyoshi Kodera shared a few statements on the company's current business plans. These included the current state of affairs with the PlayStation VR and how it's not hitting the highs they hoped, that there will be a stronger emphasis on exclusive titles for the brand, and the biggest news is that the PlayStation 4 has just entered the final phase of its life cycle. Don't freak out just yet, because that doesn't mean that it's about to die out. It's just that its end is in sight in the next 2 to 3 years. The PS4 was released in late 2013, and it's been almost 5 years, and generally a console life cycle is around 7 to 8 years, so it's safe to assume the PS4 is still sticking around for a bit. It's just that with the statement that it has entered the final stage of its life cycle, we'll probably see less to do with new hardware and peripherals, and a stronger focus on software. Possibly even a PS4 Pro Slim or some sort of equivalent. It's interesting as they've pretty much just opened a can of worms by saying the PS4 is ending, as now speculation leads to thoughts of the future. Could the PS5 announcement be sooner than we expected? How much improvement will we see in another generation? The leap from PS2 to PS3 was gigantic. The leap from PS3 to PS4 was nice, but not mind-blowing. It'll probably come down to innovation and unique ways to play, similar to how Nintendo try to keep fresh by offering new and unique gameplay experiences you can't get from any other brand. We might see a huge leap we never expected, or a small but necessary improvement like the leap to the current gen. Whatever it is, I just hope they add backwards compatibility, at least to PS4 games. I'd really hate to see another round of needless remasters that are just glorified ports because the new console can't play the older Blu-ray discs. I like this sort of uncertainty, it leads people to run wild with anticipation. And that's all for today's news. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let us know what your thoughts are on the PS4 entering its final stage of its life cycle in the comments below. Until next time, bye!